Hey, what's up? DJ Dan Colella here with Wedding DJ Blueprint, and today we are going to go over the top 5 mistakes you do not want to make as a wedding DJ. All right, well, let's jump right into this. Let's go over the top 5 mistakes you should never make as a wedding DJ. These are all highly important and can really hurt your reputation. So, number 1, never double book yourself. You're gonna need to stay very organized. You're gonna need to be an organized individual to be successful in this industry. Whether you keep an iPhone calendar, an Android calendar, or an actual written calendar book, you need to log every event that you book immediately. So when you have quotes out there and you get a quote back and somebody books with you, get it into your calendar so that if somebody the next day asks you if you're available on that day, you can say you're not. And never miss, this goes hand in hand with this, never miss a meeting. If you have a meeting planned with somebody, you do not want to miss a meeting. So important, it's going to make you look unprofessional, and the gig's honestly over if you've missed a meeting because you've already created that level of unprofessionalism and you're not going to win back that event. So make sure you stay on top of your calendar, stay organized, never double book yourself, and never miss a meeting. Number 2, let's talk about song choice mistakes. Curse words are a big one. Weddings are a different industry. It's not like a club or a bar. It really requires you to have clean tracks because we're dealing with wedding guests anywhere from 5 to 95 years old, and we don't need to have curse words. Unless your wedding couple says it's okay, which occasionally they will, we don't need to have curse words, and we need to make sure we have clean versions of songs that are out there and clean versions of popular songs that are going to be requested. No hard, real rap. If that's your industry, that's okay. But typically you're not going to hear a lot of Lil Wayne at events, but he can be played, but most of the time it's just not acceptable for a wedding. If it's a wedding that does request that, no big deal, you'll play that. But if it's not, you need to make sure that you're going to stay away from stuff like that. No real two-taste music that you're into. The wedding couple and the guests at the wedding don't care what you're into. Let's be honest. They want to hear songs that they know, which is typically you're going to be very strong by playing top 40 tracks throughout all the years. So watch what you're playing, make sure it's clean, and stick to the top 40, okay? Awesome, let's move into number 3. Number 3 is dry air time. This is a big one. There's a video out there that I'd like to share probably on my Facebook page. It's brutal. It is where there's some dry air time. Whenever that happens, I want you to understand what's happening in the crowd. Those people are basically making their mind up that you're not a professional. All those people in the crowd that were potential people that could book with you now think you're not a professional and you don't know what you're doing. Dry air time is a killer. I don't care if it's 4 or 5 seconds. You need to have some sort of track set up on the other side of your mixer that's at least a backup track in case something goes wrong. Try at all costs to avoid any dry air time whatsoever by being prepared and having your playlist set up ahead of time. Big pro tip right there. Let's go into number 4. You do not want to overuse the mic. We are not club DJs or radio DJs. Typically, we're creating a more formal, intimate type of event where it's okay to reach out and talk to the crowd, but by no means should you ever really be working that crowd the entire time. So don't overuse the mic. Don't do too much talking. You're there just to be that MC for the night and really motivate that crowd. All right, let's talk about the 5th, which is one of my favorites, being underdressed and unprofessional. Okay, you don't want to come to an event underdressed. Now, how do you know how you should dress? Well, that's as simple as talking to your wedding couples. So make sure you're communicating with your wedding couples on what needs to be worn. I've been to a lot of events over my 10 years, and I've really only had to wear a tuxedo once. We're really pulling away from tuxedos. They're not a popular thing anymore. Modern DJs do not wear tuxedos, but I've had to at least once in my career, and it was for a real high-end formal event where even the people carrying around the hors d'oeuvres had tuxedos on. And I made plenty of money in what I got paid to go out and rent a tuxedo. But dress code, you just don't want to be sloppy. You want to be clean. You want to have nice shirts. If at all possible, you want to wear some sort of suit, okay? You want to have a suit in your repertoire. That goes for men and ladies. Ladies, a suit looks really great at an event, but most events we can get away with slacks, a shirt and a tie, but that's always up to that wedding couple. So make sure you're communicating with them on what needs to be worn. Let's talk about things like drinking and girls, or if you're a girl, men, you want to keep that professional image all night. You don't want to have any of your girlfriends up with you, any of your boyfriends, any friends. You want to make sure you look like a professional the entire night. That means not having anybody that you know up there to distract you from what you need to be doing. If you have a problem with drinking, there's alcohol at these events, and sometimes the bride and the groom, as they go out their night, might offer you a beer or two, and that's okay, just as long as you know that you're always in control and it's not affecting your performance. If you have a problem with drinking, you should probably stay away from it altogether. But make sure you're always professional and make sure you're always dressed to key. So those are the top 5 things, the top 5 mistakes you don't want to make as a DJ. If you don't make those top 5 in your first 5 years, you are doing a great job. And this video is here to help you prevent from making those mistakes. So there you go. That's your top 5 mistakes. Your next video is coming at you tomorrow. So keep them rolling.